What's going on, and welcome to another episode of the Short Man Only Podcast with your boy, Jalal Wilson. And of course, I am happy to be here because it's another day. That means this podcast is still going. Hey, I just want to say I appreciate you guys. Last week's video, um, honestly, my highest watched video since I started posting videos almost a year ago. It was my highest watched video. So I just want to say I appreciate you guys, and man, we gonna keep this thing going. Um, and my song that I came in today is "You Better Tell Them That I'm Coming," cause I'm coming, baby. Like, and so are you. And I need you to see that you got greatness in you, and it's your season, it's your time. And what I'm gonna do in this podcast today is I'm gonna help you stop making excuses about your height. Because you know what? We done with that. We not taking that no more. We gonna stop with these excuses. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up this website, and the link's gonna be in the bio. We gonna see what it says about the average height worldwide. Because a lot of us think that, man, everybody in America is a damn giant. Everybody over 6 feet. Everybody 5'11". It's not true. But we gonna see. We're gonna see what this thing says, and we're gonna go from there. And then we're gonna talk about what are we now gonna do with this new information. What we gonna do? Because that's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in knowing what you gonna do with this information I'm about to give you. All right, let's go. So I went to this website called the World Data and worlddata.info. And what it has on it is a list of height by by country. So I was like, hey, that was interesting. Okay, I'm gonna check this out. And what I thought I would see is America at the United States, the place where every man is 6'5", got a gold tee and a beard, has muscles coming out of his booty and his back and his arms everywhere, right? I expected to see the America where, you know, we got the greatest basketball players, baseball players, biggest football players. I expected to see America at number one. The home of the brave, the land of the free, the one with all the money. I expected America to be at number one. So I was absolutely surprised. When I say surprised, I mean surprised. And dang, you know what I should have did? I should have counted, because now, if I have to count right now, it's going to take me a while, because the United States is not anywhere in the top 25 of places with height where everybody's tall. It actually, the number one country on this list is the Netherlands. And in the Netherlands, I got to convert this because it says 1.84. And I'm not even going to front. I don't even know what 1.84 is. So I'm going to use this handy little calculator here. And we're going to see what 1.84 in height. 6 foot. So in the Netherlands, the average height of a man is 6 foot. Now, short men, we probably don't need to go, look, or you probably don't need to go look for a woman in the Netherlands. Like, you know, there's a lot of tall guys there. This is quite clear. They're the number one. The the next country is Montenegro. Um, Never been there. I'm sure it's a great place. They are coming in at 5'11", and then some of these, and then we got Iceland at 5'10", Croatia at 5'10". We've got a bunch in there. And then we're going to get down to the United States. I mean, we got a bunch of countries ahead of us: Sweden, Norway, Poland, Ukraine, Finland, Germany, Belgium, Bermuda. Even the Bermuda, the people and the men in the Bermuda, Greece, Puerto Rico, Australia, Switzerland, all these countries, the average height of a male, according to the world data, the average height of a male is taller than the average height of a man in the US. This is interesting. So now we're going to get all the way down to the US, you know, which I had to go. Actually, I said it wasn't in the top 25. I don't even think it's in the top. We'll just say 25 because I honestly don't want to count this, but it's further down than 25, I promise you. In the United States, according to the World Data .info, where I'm looking at the average body height, the United States ranks in at 5'8". Average height, 5'8". Not 6 foot, not 6'2", not 6'7", but 5'8". So, what does this mean? And actually, before we get into that, we're going to talk about the country with the height is the absolute shortest. It is actually, I'm going to go with a surprise on this list. What surprised me is that the men, like I always thought of like I thought in places like Ghana, Nigeria, places like that, man, the man would be super tall. But it turns out that in a place like that, the average height is 5'4". That's the average height. So for me, if I went there, which I'm just like everybody. I'd be average just like everybody else, right? That is, I found that very interesting because I didn't know that. I honestly, you know, I would have just thought it would have been taller. At like 6 foot, I thought it would have been near the top because, when I look around, I mean, when you see sports and stuff, you see people that, look like me. They tall, they, strapping and, like, and I'm living in, I live in the South. I see a lot of big guys. And so I'm thinking like, one, the United States would have been higher. And two, that, places like Kenya, Zimbabwe, those would have had taller people. But I guess I need to travel more because then I would have seen some of these things for myself. Anyway, now let's go back to a point. We live in the United States where the average height, according to the world data, is 5'8". Now, if every woman in the United States wants a tall man when the average is 5'8", that means it ain't happening because the average is 5'8". So most men will not be over 6 foot, whatever they say they want online, 6 foot, whatever, right? Most men will not fall in that camp. So what does that mean for you? One, you can reframe it. Okay, some women are going to want 6 foot, whatever dudes. And some women understand the law of averages, which means that even if that is something she would have considered had it been an option, she's real enough to understand that it's not an option. So she's willing to date, mate, whatever, with what is a realistic option, right? It's about being truthful and understanding the reality of the situation. The reality is, like, a lot of guys want a woman with a big booty, flat stomach, perfect, everything, right? But the reality is, most men will never get that. Why? Because we live in a country where, you know, most people are obese. Now, not most people, a good portion of people are obese. Sorry, not most. A good portion of men and women are obese. So it is not possible for every man to meet this woman who has a flat stomach, perfect, curved in every area imaginable, and is just like a perfect 10 on the scale of body wise. It's not possible, right? So we have to, just like we have to be a realist about what is possible for us, and we have to be a realist about what is available. Now, you may not find a woman that meets all those requirements, but if you can find one, if you're into the gym, let's just say, if you can find one willing to go to the gym, she may not be exactly what you said you wanted, but the fact that she's willing to work on herself, I mean, what more do you want? Like, I mean, my goodness, what more do you want? Anyway, I was on a little tangent. That's not what I was saying here. Okay, so if the average height is 5'8", then if you understand that, then you don't have to beat yourself up anymore because you understand now that the average height is not 6 foot. So therefore, most women who are talking in 6 foot garbage will never meet a man or be with a man who is 6 foot because they are not the they are not the average. The average is 5'8", unless they go to, if they run out of tall men here and they decide to go to, what was it? What did we say? Netherlands or Denmark, Iceland or something, and get them a tall dude. More power to them. But it's all perspective, right? Or you could say, hey, I can move to one of these other countries where I will be average, and then do whatever that way. Find a woman that way. I don't know. Like, it is up to you. But what I do know is that, let's go. You know what's something I didn't look at? Let's do this. What is the average height of a woman in the United States? Let's see here. The average height of a woman in the United States, because I think this is important. And it says it is 1.63. And I have no idea what that is, so let's find out real quick. 1.63. And this is another lesson in life. Don't memorize, which you can look up. Okay, so the average height is 5'3". So every woman wants this 6 foot guy when the average height is 5'3". If you're 5'4", you're taller than the average woman. If you're 5'6", you're taller than the average woman. If you are 5'1", you are slightly shorter than the average woman. So why would you, knowing this now, allow yourself to feel like you'll never be able to find a woman when you might be taller or slightly shorter than the average woman? I need you to believe in something. Believe in the fact that, one, most women won't be with a man that's 6 foot. Most women, according to this thing, the average woman's 5'3". So most women won't be out of your height bracket. The thing that will separate whether you meet one or don't meet one is your belief in yourself. And I keep saying this because it really does determine everything in your life. It determines how much money you make. It determines the type of people you hang around. It determines everything, not just when it comes to women. I talk about women. I brought up women because I know you. I understand. Like, you want a woman. I'm not mad at that, but I need you to understand that it all starts here, and I'm just giving you the raw numbers according to the world's info, so that you can change your perspective. Right? You're not walking around in a country full of giants. You're not. You're there. There's gonna be outliers, and that's okay. But that doesn't take away from you. That doesn't take away from who you are. That doesn't take away from what you can do. That just means like there's more opportunity for you than you believe. And giving up on yourself because you haven't met one yet that may want to date a short man is crazy, because we just learned that most women, the average woman is 5'3" in the United States. So there has to be someone out there for you. You have to believe in yourself. Take a deep breath with me. I believe in me. You have to start telling yourself that. And look at your hand. No one else in this world has your handprint. You are an original. There is no one like you. You have to start believing that there is no one like you. And you can meet, you can put yourself in situations that you never thought you could if you learn to believe in you, baby. Believe in yourself. Because, like I said, you are amazing if you allow yourself to see it. Like, just think about how you were created. There's no one like you. An original of anything is special, right? Think about how much, the original Babe Ruth card or original Michael Jordan card is worth, right? Why? Because it's an original. It's not a carbon copy of someone else. It's not a carbon copy of something else. It is the original. You are an original. And I hope today that you learned in this podcast to stop looking at yourself as though you're walking around in this land full of giants, and realize that, according to the world info, that the average height is 5'8", not no 6 foot whatever. So yeah, you may not have met the right one yet, or met anyone who wants to date you based on your height, but don't give up. I mean, you're unique. You're an individual. There's no one else like you. And all it takes is the right person to appreciate you, but it starts with you appreciating yourself first. So start believing in you. Remember, take that deep breath. I believe in me. All right? I'm going to see you guys next time. This is Jalal Wilson with this Short Man Only podcast. And remember, 5'8", not 6 foot.